Yeah, I just went and dropped my cousin off just now. He got a job at HEB. So I went and dropped him off, and now I'm home. Y'all hear about Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar got officially cleared now, legally. So he's going to be back on the WWE 2K24 game, and Brock Lesnar is going to be at WrestleMania, I heard. Oh man, that's pretty good. Yep, that's the latest updates. Oh yeah, yeah. Brock Lesnar is cleared. Any wrongdoing? And that's what's going around. So I just thought I would report it. The Rock went to Dallas on SmackDown. Man, I wanted to go so bad, but they wanted $250 for a ticket to go to SmackDown. I wanted to go see The Rock, but for $250, I'm like, and nosebleeds, I'm like, nah, I want to actually chill at the house. So Raw came to Houston, but it wasn't that good. Everybody want to go see The Rock, so you got to go see The Rock at SmackDown. Will cost The Rock maybe. What do you mean will cost The Rock? Well, Brock Lesnar got cleared just now. He got legally cleared. So he's good. He's going to be back in 2K24. As they took Brock Lesnar off the game, now they got to put him back on as a downloadable character. And now he's going to be back for Mania probably. Who's he going to fight? Good question. I mean, at WrestleMania, maybe. Yep. I mean, it's possible. I don't know who Brock Lesnar's going to fight. But they said he's going to be at Mania now. Might as well. He's got time. Mania's not till April 7th. Yep, so Brock Lesnar's back. He's been legally cleared of all those allegations of sex trafficking. So now it's just down to Vince McMahon. And I guess whoever else his name is on that paper, but I guess Brock Lesnar cleared of that shit. So they already investigated him. I guess they came up with their findings. But yeah, he's out of the running now. So now Brock Lesnar will be back on the game and he'll be back at Mania, bro. Which Brock Lesnar's still a good draw. You know what I'm saying? And he may not have a lot more years in him because he's already like mid 40s. So I think Brock will probably have maybe about till he's 50, maybe. Till about 50 years old. Sting retired. Yeah, he did. He retired for AEW. March the 4th was his last match. But I don't really watch AEW like that. I'm not like an AEW fan like that. But yeah, he had his last match and it was a tag match. So Sting retired and he's 64, bro. Sting is 64 years old. Yeah, it's time he needs to hang it up, man. And no sense in him continuing the fight anymore. Bro, he got nothing else to prove. You know, I mean, I would have loved to see Sting and Taker. That would have been a nice match, but if it would have been Sting and The Undertaker, they should have did it 20 years ago. Tops. About 20 years ago, so it's a little late for that. Is Goldberg wrestling still? I haven't heard from Goldberg. Goldberg's still in decent shape. But I don't know what's going on with Goldberg. Goldberg. Everybody loves Goldberg. And now The Rock is back. The Rock's in the bloodline. I don't care what anybody says. The Rock made WrestleMania interesting, bro. Like, wasn't for The Rock, if they would have just promoted Roman Reigns and Cody, everyone's like, you already know Cody's going to win. So you don't really care to watch it. But the whole way they did it, and they fucked with the fans, I loved it. Every bit of it, because it's all shock value. And that's how wrestling's always been about. And then with shock value. Best wrestling game of all time. Um, that's a tough one because there's so many of them, bro. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna say WWE Raw for the Sega Genesis, the Royal Rumble for the Sega Genesis. I'm gonna say, what's that wrestling game for the Dreamcast? The Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. That was a good one. Even though the Royal Rumble match was all they had on there, and singles, tag, think triple threat, 4-on-4. That was a good one. I would say Raw, the original SmackDown for the PS and the PS2. SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain. Here Comes the Pain, probably one of the best ones. And then I would say No Mercy, WrestleMania for the N64. And I would say that's it. I don't even like none of the wrestling games that they come out with now. And they're not that bad. The new 2K24, they brought back the special guest referee, the gauntlet match. They even got the Royal Rumble simulator, where it's like you can go up to like 10, 20, or 30 men, and you have to win by pinfall or submission for the match to continue. And people have been wanting that, and they finally brought it. They brought back War Games. They got War Games. The only thing I would say that they should have done was had the Royal Rumble with 2 rings for War Games and did it like that. That would have been cool if they do that eventually. Maybe that'll be for next year. But 8 men in the ring, I kind of like that. But honestly, I think they could go higher. I think people want to see at least maybe 12 in the ring at one time. Well, we want to see a Royal Rumble, but we want to see more guys in the ring. 8's cool, but it's not enough. We need about 12. 12 to 14. But man, I'm telling you, The Rock is just lighting motherfuckers up. And the segment in Dallas with The Rock, it was fascinating. Like, he comes out with the bloodline, and they call out Cody Rhodes, and Cody and Seth come out in the stands, and they kind of had like that Shield entrance, which is pretty cool. And then The Rock says, well, isn't like said something like your sister was a cheerleader of the Dallas Cowboys, and then your brother was like 20 years older than you, and the reason why that's the case because you were a mistake and you were a loser, or something like that. Man, I'm telling you, bro, that Cody Rhodes gets angry and just slaps the fucking Rock. And The Rock just throws the microphone, and Roman Reigns is telling him, hey, calm down, calm down, calm down. And The Rock's like laughing or whatever. And The Rock tells Cody before all that, he says, if you don't win this match at Mania, then you'll never ever get another shot again at the title. Which tells me, and this is just my opinion, I'm going to say that The Rock most likely is going to pencil in Cody Rhodes to win. Like, the writing's all over the wall. Like, Cody Rhodes is going to win at Mania. It's just, how are they going to do it? So on night 1, I'm thinking they got to have The Rock and Roman win. So that way the bloodline interferes in the match or whatever. They'll be a part of it. And then on night 2, Cody overcomes all odds, beats The Rock, Roman, with the bloodline interfering, gets the 3, and Cody is the champion. Nah, Roman close to breaking Hogan's record. I know. Here's the thing, Modog. Here's the thing. In order for Roman to break Hogan's record, I did the math. Okay? Roman would have to hold the belt until September 14th, which would be on a Friday night SmackDown. If he holds it till the 14th, he ties the record, but the 15th he breaks it. Because Hogan's at 1474 for the record, right? And I think Roman is at currently like 1286 or some shit, or 1288. So he would still have to have the belt. He would still have to have it for like 100. He needs it for like 160 days or 40 days, some shit like that. Damn, by next Mania he'll break. So you predict that Roman will hold the belt till 42? WrestleMania 41? Holy shit. Y'all hear that? Modog saying that Roman's going to hold the belt for another year. Holy shit. That means he'll move to 2 all time. No, 3. Wow. They going to really have Roman do all that? Holy shit. My next Mania, okay. Have you played the 2K24? Yeah, I have. I played the 2K24. Marvin's got it for his PS5. So I was at Marvin's house playing the 2K24. The special guest referee, the gauntlet match, fire. The special guest referee is one of my favorite. I'm glad they brought that back. The Royal Rumble simulator is pretty good. Where you have, in order to like beat someone, you have to pin them or submit them, like a Royal Rumble like that. And they made that now you can do that on the game. And I thought that's pretty cool. Because everybody, usually the Royal Rumble, you have to eliminate them over the top rope. But you can customize the match and make it pinfall submission. I love that shit. So it makes the match like an hour and 30 minutes. That 2K22 didn't like it. We just picked up AEW game yesterday, but don't know when I will get around to play it. So you didn't like the 2K24? I thought it was all right. How long will Cody Rhodes hold the belt for if he beats Roman? Not long. Cody's not going to have a long title defense. He'll probably maybe win like 4 or 5 months champion. He'll drop it before SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes is just, it's just, he is a champion, but it's just, he's not going to be a long-time title holder. Oh, you never played 2K24? I played it. I liked it. What'd you think of SmackDown versus Raw? 2006 was okay. 2009 was trash. 2008 was all right. Like I said, I think that the best games ever would be the Royal Rumble for the Dreamcast. I would say WrestleMania No Mercy for the N64 and WCW NWO Revenge. WCW NWO World Tour. WWF Attitude sucked. Are you talking about the one for the N64? WWF Attitude was terrible. The controls sucked. One of the worst games ever made. But I mean, if you like it, if you're old school, terrible game. Absolutely, it was a terrible game. What'd you think of WWE All Stars? That was all right. SmackDown games were great. First couple. Well, my favorite Modog for the SmackDown was Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, Know Your Role. Remember they used to have the career mode, on there, and I remember when I was playing the game, I played career mode. You can create your own wrestler, right? And I played all the way to like 2000, like fucking like 80. And I had a match with Kane on SmackDown. So I was playing that game fucking forever. Like the first couple of years, the storylines were good. And after that, it was just all made up shit. So I just kept playing it. And next thing you know, it was like 2000, like 60 something. And it's like SmackDown match, Steve Rhodes versus Kane. and Kane could barely get in the ring. My guy's all old and decrepit. And all of a sudden the game froze. Right? Like the game completely froze. And then that was the end of it. It was like a career mode on there. But when they upped it to 8 guys in the ring on the SmackDown game, oh man, it was the best. War Games is one of the best matches. I'm glad they have 2 rings. I hope that they extend it and allow us to use 2 rings on custom-made matches like the Royal Rumble. Put 2 rings and up it from 8 to 12 guys. And do 6 and 6 in each ring, or you can do 8 and 8 in each ring. I think they could pull it off. I don't know how much of the server it would take over, but for that match, do 8 guys in one ring and 8 guys in the other. And do the Royal Rumble. And you could do like the elimination and the guys replace them, so the match already starts off with more than half the guys in the ring. I don't know. I think that would be cool. Do something like that. I like Hell in a Cell. Who doesn't? They had one match where you could set guys on fire. I think it was like an Inferno match. And used to be able to set people on fire and shit. I think they got rid of that match. They don't have the Inferno match anymore. I still play my N64. I was just playing No Mercy the other day. Oh, daylight saving starts today. So for all of y'all that are watching, set your clocks. Is at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's going to go to 3. So the good news is that it gets darker later. Look, Modog, I'll show you my N64. Look. There it is on the ground. And there's the NBA Live right now. So I got my N64 there, all my games. Yeah, N64 is one of the best games ever, one of the best consoles ever. N64, you can leave that shit on all day, it'll never burn out. The adapter never burns. But all the new systems, they get the Ring of Fire, the fuses go out, the motherboard messes up, they all die. You got 27 games? God damn, what games you have? What games you got, Modog, for the N64? I got Quarterback Club, 98, 99, 2000. Madden 2000, Madden 01, Madden 02. NBA Live 2000. College, Fox Sports College 99. I got Turok, GoldenEye, or 007. The World Is Not Enough. I got that one. I said NBA Live. I got NBA Jam. I got College Hoops 98. I have Battle Tanks, Armed Marines, which is like Starship Troopers. I have Army Men Sarge's Heroes. Perfect Dark. I got what else? Battle Tanks 1, Battle Tanks Global Assault. I got Chopper 64, where you fly around with the helicopters. They all catch each other. I got a bunch of them, man. I got wrestling games. I got a whole bunch of them. I got the No Mercy, the WrestleMania, WCW NWO Revenge, World Tour. I got a bunch of them, man. I just don't fuck with none of the new games that much, but I did play the 2K24, and it's pretty fire, bro. I like it. They brought back the my storyline, they brought back general manager mode, I think, if I'm correct. 40 years of WrestleMania is badass. 40 years of WrestleMania. Um, so they're gonna have to bring Brock Lesnar back in the game now since he got cleared. So you're gonna see the Lesnar Taker match. I'll tell you, man. The Rock came back and is he's just killing it. Wrestling games, Mario 64. I got Mario Kart. You got Hercules, Zelda. Oh, you got Hercules. That's what's up. I used to have Xena Warrior Princess, but I can't find it. Man, Xena Warrior Princess used to be hot, bro. Y'all remember Xena? Y'all remember that girl? Xena Warrior Princess? Man, she was fucking hot, bro. Like, low key. She was dressed up all in dominatrix shit and would go around killing, like, demons and shit. Man, I'll tell you, I used to have the biggest crush on Xena. She was hot. Y'all know who Xena is? Xena Warrior Princess? What? Luck Lawlessness a few years ago. No way. You mean Jerry Lawler? I went to one WrestleMania. WrestleMania 30. And the Ultimate Warrior was inducted in the Hall of Fame, so was Kane. I think Lita was too. And I remember Ultimate Warrior gave a speech, then he went on Raw the next day, and then he died like a couple days after. They found him in a hotel dead. By Lucy Lawless. You met her? Oh, you fucking lucky. Is she still hot? She was hot, bro. Xena Warrior Princess was hot. Marvin said, did you ever watch a show called MacGyver? I know who MacGyver is. Yeah. No, 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 no. I love MacGyver, the original one, not the bullshit one that they brought back. No, not the new one. I couldn't stand the new MacGyver. It was trash. But the old MacGyver, badass. But Xena was hot. Okay, who's hotter? Xena or Buffy? Y'all remember Buffy? From Buffy the Vampire Slayer? Bruh. Or how about this? Xena, Buffy, or how about this one? Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Sabrina the Teenage Witch was hot. Marvin said, what about the black girl from Salute Your Shorts? Oh, God, you're trying to make me test my memory bank, bruh. That's an old Nickelodeon show, I think. Let me go Google that shit real quick. Hold on. Let me look it up. Hold on. Salute Your Shorts. Black girl. I can't think of her name, but I think I know who you're talking about. I think she was the only black girl that was on the show, right? Yeah, I said and test my memory bank there. Don't do that, Marvin. Don't do that. You're punishing me, man. You're punishing me, dog. Nah, but Buffy was hot. The Vampire Slayer, shit, stop. Teenage Mutant Fighters from Sega Genesis. No way. Nah, I'll tell you who's hot. Remember the Charm, the show called Charm? And it was what's her name? McGowan, Rose McGowan, and the other two girls. They were hot. The original Charm. Those girls were hot, man. And all of them were hot. And all three of them. Shit. Now Rose McGowan like shaved her head bald. And now she's like a fucking far leftist feminist who hates men, which I don't understand it. There's her whole show. She just killed guys all day. She killed like demon men, like that were in demon outfits or demons, like warlocks and shit. Now she just fucking hates men, and she's like a far leftist fucking feminist and doesn't like men. I don't know what her deal is, which I don't know what her problem is. You know, I liked her show. You met the Ward the day he died. Oh man, that sucks. The Ultimate Warrior, yeah. Man, yeah, that's unfortunate, man. Rest in peace, the Ultimate Warrior. Hey, y'all remember that time that Mae Young showed her tits in the crowd? Y'all remember that shit? Cause like they were showing the breast out, and Mae Young like took her clothes off, like at 80 years old, and started showing her tits to the crowd, and all the fans wanted to throw up. Because Vince said, you want to sit there and see titties so much, and you keep demanding that Trish Stratus comes out here. God damn it! You're gonna see some tits, and like Mae Young just comes out and fucking just flashes the whole crowd. Like, oh god, it was disgusting. Like everybody was like wanted to vomit because 80-year-old Mae Young started showing her tits off in the crowd. It was like disgusting, bro. It was oh my god, I wanted to vomit when I saw that. I'm like, oh. Terry was hot. Tori Wilson, hot. Jacqueline the black girl was hot too. I liked her. She had big knockers. Who else? Terry was hot. There was another Tori. It wasn't Tori Wilson, but there was another Tori that used to come out with X-Pac. She was hot too. And you had Lita, you had Trish, you had the other women were around that time. Sable. You had Deborah, Stone Cold's wife. She was hot. Trish was the best looking woman, but Terry Runnels was right there. Oh yeah, Terry Runnels, yeah. Dude, that was the best time in wrestling. You know? Stacy Keibler, oh my god. She was Miss Hancock in WCW. Gosh, she was fucking fine, bro. And those legs were fire. Man. Those long legs get you every time. God. You know, when the world used to be not so cancel culture, and everybody used to just be able to roast each other and make fun of each other and said what was on our minds and oh God, the good old days. Those days are gone, man. Don't you miss them though? Like, those were the days where like people could roast each other. And if people used to take jokes and all that, man, God, those days are gone. I want those days back, man. I just want to take a time machine and come right back, you know, right back to Earth, man, when it used to be. Everybody said that they want to go into the future. It's like, no, I want to go back into the past. I don't want to. I don't want any more. I don't want to go in the future no more. No more, please. Can we just go back in the past? When things were simple, summers were longer, no technology. Can we get those days back? You know? Like, seriously. Back when the world was so simple, bro. You know? I'm serious. It used to be funner to be alive back then. If I could take a time machine and like put me back in like or put me in the 80s or put me in the 70s, bro. In high school, in the 80s. I wish I was way older than I am now. I wish I was. And put me back in high school in like the 80s, like class of 84, 83, or 82. Even though I wasn't born then, but just put me in that time. Just so that way I could graduate and be part of the best fucking generations of all time, bro. Back when it used to be cool to be in school. Back when you used to actually be a kid and you could be a fucking kid. You know? Back then when there were only two genders. Back then when politics wasn't an issue. Back then when the cost of living was a lot lower. So all that shit, man. Back then when dating was fun. Back then when it was cool to be a nerd. Back then when it was cool to have a life. Back then when people can express their opinions on certain manners and stuff like that. Like now those days are just completely gone. It's everything other than that. Am I not lying, bro? I'm dead ass, man. Like it used to be fun back then to be alive, right? That's why I said I wish I wish, you know. Back then it wasn't cool to be a nerd. Why you say that? Like the whole Revenge of the Nerds. They had a big movie on that. It was cool to be a nerd back then. You know, everybody like knew their role and did their thing, and now it's all different. You know, it used to be cool back then, man. You know? Just take a time machine. If I could be alive back then, put me back in like class of 81. Even though I wasn't born in 81. Put me in class of 1981, 1982. I would love to be like literally like about 40 years older than I am now. Like dead ass. Like 30 to 40 years older. I would love it, man. You know? But you always don't get what you ask for, so you have to deal with what you have, right? Man. Now it's just you can't say shit, you can't do shit. Everything's born and you know? So it's just like you know, everyone's socially awkward nowadays. You know what I mean? People were picked on playing games, reading comics. Now it's cool. Then they have comic cons and girls like it. Back then they made it fun of you so did male bullies. Oh yeah, that's true. Well, okay, let me put it like this. I think that life was more simpler. Summers were longer. Um, you know, people played outside more. I think now you don't really see that a lot. Um, you know, back then it was funner to date, right? It was funner to get to know people. Things were a little bit more simpler. Cost of living was way lower. You know, things were a little bit more affordable. And, you know, it's just, to me, if I had an opportunity to take a time machine, I would have loved to be around when my parents were in high school, bro. Like if I could take it back in time. You know? I don't know, maybe I'm just kind of overthinking things, you know. It's just, you know, time goes by so fast now, man. It's just like now with technology, it just even speeds up more. It's just like every time you wake up, it just goes, you know, it just takes forever. Like it just goes by so fast now. Doesn't it? Or is it just me? I just feel like time goes by quicker. I'll tell you, man, it's just, you know, kids played outside. So you would play football or you'd get together in recess. You'd play like, you know, you know, play a tag or something. Now that's not the case. You know, everybody's socialized. You had friends. You had tons of friends. Now it's just like everybody's domesticated and like locked in their rooms, man, like a damn prison. You know, so everybody's in their rooms now and just locked in there. You know, I'm just saying, it just seemed like life was more simpler back then. Just saying, man. WrestleMania is April 7th. Yeah, it is. April 7th is WrestleMania. I'm going to be watching it. I tell you, I miss the long summers. Now it's just every day goes by so fucking fast. You just don't have time to think about it. You know? Now it's just days turn into months, turn into days turn into hours turn into minutes, minutes turn into seconds. Because time just goes by so fucking fast. You just don't have time to just dissect shit anymore. I don't really have much more to say, bro. I kept y'all up till what? 1 in the morning? I think somebody started following me on Facebook. Hold on. Marvin said dating did used to be more funner. It was easier to talk to people. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Back then, people socialized. Like the nerds of back then still played sports. They still did school activities. Now people, they don't do that shit. Everything's digital now. So it sucks. The world has changed so much in the course of time. You know? Rachel said back then it was cool to be a virgin. Now they make fun of you for it. Ah, not so much for girls. I think for guys get if guys are virgins, oh my god, that's like the worst thing in the world. I think girls won't really get made fun of for that. I think the guys do. Now, I will say that the girls that put out more get more attention than the girls who don't, and I think that's not fair. To be fair, well, to be fair, I think it's kind of wrong for a girl that doesn't put out as much, but she gets not that much attention, but the girl who's promiscuous that puts out the most gets the most attention from guys. Yeah, I think yeah, I could see your assessment. Just saying. I don't see too many comments left. I think I've already been read most of it. All right, well, I don't see any more comments coming in, so I guess I'm just going to end it here because it's almost like 1 a.m. in the morning. But that's when my eyes are hurting right now, and like when I try to stay up at night, they like start hurting real bad. So it's like you have to kind of force yourself to go to bed, man. I really don't want to go to bed, but I'm probably going to go to bed pretty soon. Yep, I'm getting tired, so I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, man. But yep, Lesnar's back.